Why is the national treasure Mengtian little green dragon frequently mentioned above? Where did the paintings and historical stories in previous videos come from? I am Dongqing Berlin Voice. Final chapter 1 will reveal the secrets of Germany to you. The story of the mother and queen of the king of Rokuzakin. Hello everyone, welcome to Berlin, the capital of Germany. Here to witness the rise of the Kingdom of Prussia. Experience the reunification of Germany. However, in addition to the profound humanistic history, the city is also world famous for its love of animals. The famous Mozambique is the first zoo in Germany, Berlin Zoo. Next to him is the Berlin Aquarium, which has a historical status alongside him. Not far from here you can also visit a nature park with rich and important collections. Museum. And the one who was once brilliant, but now you can only see it through my video. True Sun Temple. Berlin's animal stories are truly as colorful as Thailand's and ours. The story begins in another part of the city, in Berlin. There is another zoo in the southeast whose reputation does not match its strength. That is the East Berlin Zoo, built in 1955, although it is smaller than. The West Berlin Zoo is more than 100 years younger, but its area is the same. 5 times plus the connection with the socialist camp East Berlin. The zoo is not only the largest urban zoo in Europe, it is also home to many. A paradise for Asian species. Dongqing in Berlin Sound Series Season 1 Me. It will take you into the Luxuiji, hidden deep in the East Berlin Zoo. Ayutthaya seat Alfred Brehm Pavilion in the past 4 episodes. From endemic species in China to legendary phantoms in Southeast Asia, I am here for you. We have prepared the highest quality information in the world about this venue, and it's a documentary about species, but beyond the film, there are many stories worthy of share. Now let us return to the vast mountains at the junction of Xiangyue. The woods are not peaceful at this time. In the past, he used the tip of the iron in Mengtian. The name is well known to the public, but due to its cherished nature, it appears everywhere. Mengtian in the show all has a strong sense of distance, but here he can be very close to you. When I first met them, he will only move around behind the environment. After a year of training, he became very bold. You may even see this rare behavior of juvenile eating. The specialized white tail tips on the head and abdomen of the python's feathers are imitating worms, attracting birds and small animals, but this behavior appears more in legends, because it is very easily interrupted by interference, which results in related images. The information is extremely rare. If this is your first time seeing this national treasure organ, keep the eye-opening ones on the public screen except for showing the small supplements at close range. It will also show more behaviors during the season with suitable temperatures throughout autumn. The temperature of the venue dropped. The temperature in the side corridor is only about 22 degrees, which makes it feel cool whenever it's close to noon. The highest temperature they can be exposed to under sunlight or heat lamps will rise to about 30 degrees as the altitude rises. At this time, you can choose to continue to enjoy the coolness under the shade of the trees at the 7th or 8th degree in the sun. You can also climb to the transition temperature of 25 or 6 degrees to exercise. This is not a day. At noon, I caught up with him for climbing trees. This scene of a green dragon encircling a tree is also a rare behavioral display. It's worth taking a photo with you as a souvenir, but obviously the breeder didn't expect him either. Being so active, I used it urgently as soon as the door opened the next morning. The wooden board blocks the ventilation net on one side. In fact, it shouldn't be possible to get out if it doesn't block it. But this is not only safer, it can also reduce the input of external odors and reduce some of its excitement. Later, it becomes completely familiar with the environment and even boldly confronts. Tourists reacted. When we were filming, it was obvious that this python would be. Do we attract because it hears us though? There has been no research on the hearing of pythons, but on the hearing of snakes. There will be a feature soon, but for whatever reason it actually really crawled over to observe us. This experience is really wonderful, because scenes like this happen in the wild only when very few people are inspired to worship God. possible with the proper care of the zoo. Every citizen can share in this moment when the zoo exists. The meaning of has been embodied again. Snakes are always a zoo, a magnifying glass of care capabilities. Because only snakes that are desensitized to people and extremely relaxed will be willing to. Those who freely explore in front of others but are afraid of humans or who are running for survival. Wild individuals don't waste precious energy stretching out like this. I don't know if this rule of exposing one's relaxation is reflected in Longchamp. The opening species of the third episode, the king cobra, is an excellent target for glasses. Although king cobras are not uncommon in the wild, when they meet people, he will only turn around and run towards the mountains, never stopping to be observed. If you want both parties to understand each other calmly, you need to leave enough room for each other. Space and time have passed. Even after 2 years of training, he still only dares to poke his head. Observation, but this scene is also a precious picture. Another update. I mentioned it in the third episode. According to research progress, he will soon be distinguished from China's black-eyed king. Divided into different species, sure enough, in October about the king snake. A new taxonomy article was published, and the king eye snake is no longer independent species, but the royal family divided into 4 species, and the lens. The former one has a bright yellow color, and was known as Mark's eye in the past. Now it's time to call it the sun-eyed king snake, or Sumatran. This series of documentaries has also witnessed this historical change. As long as the span is long enough, the scientific names of species can be changed between the 2 episodes. Taxonomy is important, but it can make everyone patient enough to read on. The root cause is most likely because I actually photographed these animals. After the behavior is opened, all the knowledge dubbing, copywriting and editing are available. Meaning, because only by showing animal behavior can people pay attention to animals and appreciate their characteristics, lifestyles and their spiritual or cultural. If this information is not told, it is not to blame that many people treat animals. Just treat them as bodies of various shapes. German zoos also. We are well aware of this situation because it is not only for popular science education, but also for many people. Further research on animals will also require animals that can exhibit natural behaviors. Only when these goals become a general consensus at the role level can we advance them. Only later will such a zoo be born, and my duty is to. Here are these vouchers for you to see. The Germans coming and going may not be. I don't understand why this Asian guy is willing to spend time in one place. It's been so long because I'm the only one who knows what I'm seeing right now. How important our meaning is, but after so many years of filming, I will also think about it. When did Germans start paying attention to animal behavior? What inspired them to pay more attention to individual performance in an era when classification is generally concerned? If we want to trace the origin of the thought behind it, we may have to turn the clock back. Hundreds of years ago in Europe, almost all zoological writings at that time basically only focused on classification and anatomy because zoologists at that time, most of them rely on specimens brought back from overseas for research instead of going to field investigation. After all, this is work that can be carried out based on corpses. Animals are just moving specimens, and there are no zoologists. Today's responsibilities and obligations are purely entertainment facilities. This is. As a result, ecology or ethology were completely unfashionable at the time. This situation lasted for hundreds of years until the early 19th century. The son of a taxidermist decided to embark on a journey to personally explore the vast. On the African continent, during his time spent day and night with wild animals, he found a more interesting issue than collecting animals, that is observation records. Animal behavior. After returning to Germany, he relied on his own experience and knowledge. Obtained a PhD. Later he became director of the Hamburg Zoo and Germany's first aquarium. Curator. At this time, scientific training, field practice, and captive experience are the 3 major. The super strong background focuses on the phenomenon of one person, coupled with his many years of folklore collected in the Illustrated Book of Animal Life in 1864. Came out. At this time, Germany was on the road to becoming a developed country. The people's spiritual and cultural needs are particularly strong and the public is curious about animals, prompting him to quickly launch a second edition, and this time he decided to. I put my name on the tree. This masterpiece influenced Germany. 100 years of Brehm's animal life. How much influence does he have? The Dongbolin Zoo Road Family Museum we are visiting now is called Alfred Brehm Pavilion, and his bronze statue is placed in the Clouded Leopard. Around you in the Wonderland of Creatures to the West series at the entrance of Frankfurt Zoo. Fountain Square, also called Alfred Brehm Square. That. Why do these top zoos in Germany still have regulations today? Where is this set of outdated books and people? The first is his literary nature. In fact, I quoted it in my video. Many of his words, such as the opening scene against the Suman tigers in the third episode of the series. The words come from his book, his delicate and gorgeous descriptions of animals. Later generations once did not know how to define him, because no matter from the academic point of view. In terms of popular science and literature and art, he was a full-fledged work at that time. Scientifically, he was the first to extensively record animal behavior, and one of the scientists who did the analysis recorded in his book a large number of animals in behavior in the wild or in the shadows, such as those mentioned in the Bible Wonder series. The historical stories about the paper monkey and the English monkey all come from this set of books. Because he believes that only living animals are living beings. Analyzing their behavior, and even inner traits, is as important as anatomy. This view was too naive at the time, because researchers at that time generally. I don't really believe that everything has animism. Because his observations were nothing but subjective heresies, his works were criticized. Indeed, there are a lot of feminine descriptions in his books. Although this can make readers have a stronger sense of immersion, but they may also leave stereotypes about animals. Misunderstanding. On the other hand, Brehm's work may actually awaken German attention to animal behavior in mid-20th century. Lorenz and Tinbergen founded ethology and gained the Nobel Prize, and these two, one is a German-speaking Austrian. One is a Dutchman who can understand German, and their teacher is even more. Oscar Hellert, who served as the head of the embassy in Berlin, although none of them mentioned that they had read Brehm's book, but there. During his childhood and school years, the German Animal Encyclopedia was written by Brehm. In addition to its forward-looking research on animal behavior, this work also provides the study of national culture also has important value. Stay with me in tropical legend. The narration of Red Wehren, the name of the divine snake in German, Riley, and the story of how merchant ships in ancient China were used for divination. There are also Malay names for the twilight forest snakes in this series, the eyed king snake chasing people. The stories all come from here, and these are just these more than 7,000 pages. The tip of the iceberg in the masterpiece, and apart from the intellectual content, what really makes him. His book is the trump card for ruling Germany for hundreds of years. For most natural history paintings, when they only want to emphasize the single species, he was the first to show a large number of animal habitats and social behaviors in the picture. Food predators and even their relationship with humans were obtained from Germany, the world's leading slate painting technology. These illustrations of his were hailed by Darwin as the best work he had ever seen. Yes, in the era when the theory of evolution was just released, Darwin also read his English translation. It was after him that Western natural history paintings began to expand the scope of animals. The proportion of habitats. Unfortunately, these achievements were ultimately limited due to language barriers. All drawn by time. So much so that there is a lack of complete information on the internet, and we think this paragraph. History should not just stay in the pages of books, it should be passed down and given new meaning. Life. So our team collected it for many years and spent a lot of money to purchase one. Brehm's original work on animal life half a century ago, and selected the earliest. In the color version, the most exquisite 99 colored slate paintings serve as the core. High resolution with 48-bit color depth capable of resolving 281 trillion colors. Scan it, just to achieve a 1-to-1 reproduction. We have excerpted the back. The original text uses the original Gothic plural and matches it with the Chinese translation. Brehm's original work from half a century ago is brought back to the 21st century and presented to you. In front of us, of course, we are not just porters of history. Our team also designed a very high-quality gift box. Used customized bookplates, collection certificates, second creation stickers, etc. are exquisite. Gifts have injected the genes of a new era into the history of Zhuangdan, so since you choose, I have 99 pictures. Why not collect them all? In order to allow everyone to truly touch this history, we have set. There's an extra page in the middle from 1864 to 1879 also. It is the life of Brehm animals from the Qing dynasty to the Guangxu period. Original and side pages. Each page features a beautiful engraving of an animal poem sum. The page also contains a large number of original text interpretations. You may find that you have never even heard stories. However, because ancient books are scarce and non-renewable, this gift is only available on a first-come, first-served basis, but unfortunately we are unable to select a specific picture for you. When we sincerely invite you to. After the crowdfunding is successful, join our collector group and exchange with other collectors. Collection, yes. We can't predict whether this set of works will impress you. So on the occasion of the 160th anniversary of the publication of Brehm's work, crowdfunding has been launched on Modidian. Just search for Bray on this software. You can find this item at Moo's Animal Life. Of course, if the crowdfunding fails, you will be fully refunded. There will be no loss, but we hope that this crowdfunding can make this set of historical authenticity spanning centuries comes into your life and makes Berlin. The exclusive souvenirs of the Voice series will accompany you. This will also provide support our high-budget original shoots, and let's continue to you tell the unknown animal stories. I am Dongqing Berlin. The Voice series has officially come to an end. Thank you all for your company along the way. Welcome to forward this video 3 times in a row to witness this moment with more people. Our animal story is not over yet. I look forward to spending time with you in the living room. See you again in Wonderland or Tropical Legend.